I alluded to the idea that as we grow, and this was called by Isabel Briggs Myers a good type development, to grow according to our nature, the way our type is intended to flower, so to speak. I alluded to that, and I talk about how counseling can use the Myers-Briggs type indicator as a kind of map for self-esteem building. People, when they're healthy, there are 16 flavors of health, and there may be 16 or more flavors of stress reactions. But we can
Yeah.
use the Myers-Briggs to grow into health according to our type. We're not all the same. But one of the things that's been talked about and really is a very rich area is to see what happens across the stages of life. What about type development and in different the seasons of one's life? Particularly, let's say, midlife and beyond. And this is where Carl Jung's theory comes in again about the importance of individuation and spirituality broadly defined. Recognizing something bigger than the ego, our sense of self, our sense of connection to the universe and our destiny. I think that the Myers-Briggs could be very helpful in understanding people's adaptation to aging and the kinds of settings they would like to be in their final years. And
As with
there's not
aging
enough
population,
research.
I
I'd
guess
like to do
that's
that.
yeah.
Hmm. Yes, and so that's. I don't think that regular personality testing or psychology looks at that sufficiently. They've looked at dimensions of control that one can have or not have over one's life and choices in the end of life, but not in terms of different preferences for how it would be. One example would be my own fantasy that a retirement setting would be almost like a monastery, except the different. There would be a central gathering point. It might be around a dining hall, but more likely around a library. And then there would be like spokes of
Okay.
the wheel, individual cells. Now, that I'm sure that model would not appeal to my colleagues with extroversion preferences, who would rather have like a communal home, a place where there's a lot of family gatherings and so forth. But I wanted to say it in our final minutes because I think that this is lifelong learning.